Today on Fast Food Face Off, I'm doing every single Reese's product I can get my hands on. Let's get into it.
Fast food, face off! Fast food, face off! Fast food, face off!
What is up, fast food fanatics? Today, I'm gonna be crushing Reese's. I have about 19 different products here, ranging from their pretzels, their bars, their cups, and then this 1 pound Santa Claus that I've had since Christmas. There's about 9,500 calories worth of Reese's products here, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's crush some calories. With so many different Reese's products, it's kind of hard to figure out which one I want to start with, but I would say that I'm gonna go with the 1 pound Santa first because it's gonna definitely take a lot of me to be able to finish this. I've had this since Christmas, and honestly, it's what inspired this whole video. My sister-in-law gave this to me, and I pretty much made this video around it. I wanted to do the 1 pound cups, but those are harder to find than the Holy Grail, so we just went with this guy. I know it's out of season, but just bear with me. So this is definitely 1 pound. I can feel the weight on it. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna take a bite and I'll let you guys get a closer look.
Get ready to buckle up, fast food fanatics, because it's going to be a chocolate peanut butter filled ride all the way to the end.
This is absolutely ridiculous. So there's a thick layer of Reese's peanut butter and then a good sized portion of that Hershey's chocolate on the outside. This is awesome.
Shout out to my sister-in-law Steph for getting this for me for Christmas. I held on to it all this time, but it was well worth the wait.
Even though this is huge, the texture of everything is still very nice. You still get that creamy Reese's peanut butter that you know and love. And then the outside shell is a good handy coating. It's not so unbearable that it's hard to get through. This is definitely a novelty that should be shared for most people, but I definitely think that I'm going to start making the 1 pound or half pound cups something that I get every year because this is definitely a treat.
After quitting his job for the Hershey Chocolate Company, Harry Burnett Reese started experimenting with confections in his own basement. His efforts paid off in 1928 when he developed the now iconic Reese's chocolate-covered peanut butter cups, originally named penny cups because of their 1-cent cost.
Next up, I'm gonna try to do the pretzels mainly because I just need something with a little bit of some consistency to it after all of that chocolate and peanut butter. Says the guy who's eating as many Reese's products as he can do. So I've had these before, and they have them in the milk chocolate variety, and then I believe that they also have them in dark chocolate. This is just the regular Hershey's milk chocolate. Let's see how it tastes. It's pretty good. So there's a nice salt balance here. You definitely still get, the chocolate and the peanut butter. So anything that's gonna give it a texture and then some salt balance, because other than the peanut butter, the Hershey's chocolate is a little bit more on like a bitter note. There's that little something on the back end. This balances out nicely. I enjoy this.
Remember the scene in the movie E.T. where he's snacking on Reese's Pieces? Well, Steven Spielberg originally wanted to use M&Ms, but Mars declined the offer. Lucky for Hershey, whose sales of Reese's Pieces skyrocketed after their big screen debut.
I'm gonna switch it up again, and I think I'm gonna go for the snack cakes just because a little bit of textural difference should help. These are also relatively new, so keep an eye out for these if you haven't seen them yet. So I had actually had these before. They came out with mixed reviews, and I understand why. I think people thought that this was gonna be like legitimately cakey, more like the Mrs. Freshly's Reese's cupcakes with just a little bit more chocolate on them, and they're not. They're almost more like a candy bar. I would say it's like a more dense Funny Bone. So if you're familiar with what that snack is, if you enjoy those and would enjoy a denser version of that, and this might be something you would enjoy. I would say for anybody else who thinks that this is going to be kind of more of like a light and airy thing, you might be a little bit disappointed. I think I'm going to try the dark chocolate cups just to switch it up from the milk chocolate. Before I get into this though, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new here, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you can stay up to date with what we have going on in future videos. And Please share this video around so we can stay growing that tasty vibe tribe. Let's see how these stack up against everything else I've had. So these are just essentially a dark chocolate rendition of the Reese's you know and love. If you're a dark chocolate fan, I think that you would probably like this. There's a nice balance of flavor in between the dark and how the salt from the peanut butter kind of plays on it. Mrs. Fast Food Face Off would absolutely hate this because she despises dark chocolate. I don't mind this stuff. Next up, I'm gonna try the Reese's Sticks. I've had a lot of these candy bars. Some of them are new, so I haven't had the chance to have them. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to Reese's products. I usually just get the regular cups when I'm kind of feeling that. Let's see how these stack up. I pretty much went king size with everything that I can find. I think the only ones that I didn't do that with were the white chocolate and dark chocolate cups because I couldn't find the king size version of it. Let's see how these taste. This reminds me of a Reese's version of either a Kit Kat or a Nutty Buddy bar. If you guys are familiar with that, it reminds me of that, but just with Reese's flavors. I'm gonna try these Mallow Cups. These were another one of those that it was kind of like a limited release kind of thing. I think this was more around towards Easter. You could still find them because they were relatively popular. It would be cool if Reese's kept these around all year because I've had them before and I remember enjoying them. So it's a nice simple addition to a regular Reese's cup. I mean, it just works really well. The addition of that marshmallow flavor with the peanut butter and the chocolate, this is great. I would probably take these and I would make some version of like Reese's s'mores with them during the summer. That would probably be really good. I'm gonna try the crunchy peanut next. This is another one of those where it was a new offering from Reese's. They kind of put out a ton of stuff in this last year. I think anybody who's ever been to like a candy section of a supermarket or like a convenience store has seen that Reese's is practically taken over like that candy section, which I'm not complaining about. So there's nothing wrong with this. It's just a little bit on the plain side. There's a chocolate cream, or a peanut butter cream rather, chocolate coating, and then chopped nuts. That's pretty much it. I feel like they could have done a little something more to this bar. Maybe put some kind of nougat to make it a little bit different, but as is, it's definitely not my favorite. Next is the Nutrageous from Reese's, but this sounds more appealing because they added caramel to this. Let's see how it stacks up to the other one, so you guys get a closer look. I like this one a lot more than I like the other one that they had. This reminds me of Reese's take on a Baby Ruth. Very similar in appearance and some of the ingredients. They just Reese-ified it, which I'm not mad at.
I'm already a big fan of Baby Ruth, so a Reese's version of that is a no-brainer for me.
Next up, the Reese's White Chocolate Cups. Now with this one, it's not bad. The ratios are off for the white chocolate and the peanut butter. Something like white chocolate is a strong flavor, so it kind of overpowers the peanut butter a little bit. Maybe if this were a thin, because I know that they have like the Reese's Thins, this might be a little bit better, but as it is, I think that there's maybe a little bit too much white chocolate there for me. But if you're a white chocolate fan, you'd probably enjoy this. We're at about the halfway point, and I'm gonna do the extra large Reese's peanut butter bar. The more that I get through this, the more that I realize that I think Reese's just got with their like PR and marketing team and we're like, what candy bars are there that are popular, and can we get into that market with just a Reese's version of it? I think that it's just Reese's realizing that they can just dominate the market by just kind of, you know, elbowing their way in with a chocolate peanut butter version of all these other candy bars. That is a thick bar.
That's thick with 2 C's.
So I'm not mad at this. I feel like the ratios are what make this. It's definitely chocolate forward with just a little bit of that peanut butter, just missing a little bit of texture to make it really good, or at least really appealing to me. If they would have put maybe some nuts in here or some like rice pieces, almost like Rice Krispies, something like that for texture, and I think that this would have been a home run.
Basically, they would have made a Reese-ified version of a Crunch Bar. That would have been amazing.
Next is the crispy, crunchy king size bar. This basically is chocolate peanut butter, crispy peanut butter candy, and peanuts. So this is pretty much what I thought it was gonna be. This is Reese's version of a Butterfinger. And if I'm being honest, I think I prefer Butterfinger more. There's just something off about the inside filling. Your guys' mileage may vary on this one, but I would definitely say if you want like something crispy and peanut buttery, I would still go for a Butterfinger.
Because as Bart Simpson once said, nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
So there's 8 candy bars cups left. I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely starting to catch up to me because of that monstrous 1 pound Santa at the beginning. I'm gonna try to finish this up for you guys. So Reese's did the ultimate peanut butter lovers, and they had 2 varieties of them. So there's a little bit of chocolate and then a lot of peanut butter here, and then this is full on peanut butter. I have had both of these before, but I don't necessarily remember this one, so I'm gonna do these side by side to see which one of these I like more. So I'm going to do the all peanut butter ones, and then I'll move on to the older variety of this, which was the chocolate and peanut butter lover. I don't know what it is. You would think that it needs to have that chocolate for you to enjoy it, but this is arguably one of my favorite Reese's products. Your guys' mileage is going to vary on that, but just something about the slight variance of like that peanut butter coating and then the peanut butter filling, this one definitely does it for me. Absolutely amazing.
Why don't you guys comment down below and let me know what your favorite Reese's product is.
Now this is the older iteration that I was talking about. You can tell the difference because there's the chocolate bottom and then the peanut butter top. I have had this before, but let's see how it stacks up to the newer rendition. So I know people's opinions on this are going to definitely vary, but in my opinion, if you're a fan of the peanut butter from Reese's and that's what you're going after, you're going to like the all peanut butter version much more than the primarily peanut butter version of this one. Something about that all peanut butter one, it just works.
Will our Hershey hero be able to finish, or will the chocolate peanut butter confections prove too much for him? Stay tuned to find out.
So I'm calling it right there. I'm sorry guys, this is 2 weeks in a row that I wasn't able to kind of finish. It's not the volume. This altogether was only realistically like a little over 4 pounds. You just get to a certain point with chocolate. There's just a threshold that you get where if I ate any more than this, I might risk throwing up, which I definitely don't want to do, especially with chocolate and peanut butter. But I got down to pretty much the last 5 or 6 here. The Reese's Take 5, the Reese's Outrageous, the big cup with pretzels, the big cup with pieces, the big cup crunchy, and then the fast break. Final review time. So at the end of the day, I do think that the classic peanut butter cups from Reese's is the ultimate that they offer. Now that being said, I would say out of the varieties that I've tried and then the varieties that I had here, these are my top 3 and then my bottom 3. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there was just way too many for me to be able to make like a comprehensive list. At the top for me is those ultimate peanut butter lovers cups, the ones that are all peanut butter. Those things are absolutely delicious. My number 2 is going to be those Mallow tops. You should do yourself a favor and go out there and get them because it is a very nice blending of marshmallow and peanut butter and chocolate, and I think you guys would enjoy that. I would say my 3rd choice to round out the top 3 would be the dip pretzels. The contrast in texture and flavor is really nice, and I think Reese's did a really good job there. My bottom 3, the crunchy peanut, the snack cake, and then the crispy crunchy bar. The crunchy peanut bar, I feel like there was just not enough flavor of anything in general. The snack cakes are much too dense. I think that they made a mistake in not making them more airy and then honestly thicker, more like a cupcake. And then my last one would be the crispy crunchy bar. I feel like it was just a bad interpretation of a Butterfinger from Reese's, and the OG in that instance is much better. We're not going to put the calories up like we normally do for you guys because it would just be too much. We're going to have everything written down below in the description if you're interested. The reason why we also chose to do this video this week is because of May 18th being I Love Reese's Day. We thought that this would just be a fun way to celebrate it. So if you guys want, go out and treat yourself to some Reese's products. Another big thing on the fast food face-off front is because of the lessening of the restrictions as far as restaurants are concerned, we want to do a summer tour to be able to show our appreciation for all things local. So we're going to be going and hitting up a lot of the places in the tri-state area, which is New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, going to the city, into Philly, and any other place that you guys would suggest for me. Don't be afraid, hit me up in my DMs, let me know. We might even be willing to travel up into the Northeast, I'm not sure yet, but it's something that we're really looking forward to doing for you guys. But because we have to kind of get a little bit more involved in the process of doing the in-dining portion of this, we are going to be taking this next week off. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're not already following us on Instagram, head over there and give us a follow so that you can stay up to date with some of that exclusive content that we produce for the Tasty Vibe Tribe. And remember, if you are what you eat, always eat amazing. I'll catch you guys on the next one.